Well, hello. It's been a while. Anyone with us today? Yep, just for a little bit, it's winter break. Um, this situation maybe last 2 weeks to a month. We'll see. We'll see. Um, but I think, given a time frame, I should be able to finish up Apollo. Hopefully. I just want to get back to NASP. I want to get back to NASP. I want to get back to I want to get back to Ni no Kuni. I want to get back to some of the off-topic games too. Like I was thinking, damn, Alien Isolation on the YouTube channel would be so cool too. Anyways, it's not educational, but you can't be educational all the time. You gotta have a little fun. So we'll just roll right into it. Yeah, TLI checklists. They're kind of really confusing, honestly. Just all of this, if you don't play NASP, just skip it. The checklist you want to run is TLI concatenated. The other threes, just skip them. No thrust preparation, no TLI thrusting, no post-TLI activities. Just go to the concatenated checklist. It's got everything all nice and set up for you. Just do that. Okay? So, yeah, at this point, you would start calculating your TLI burn. However, we're not going to. We're actually going to proceed with some systems checks. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, extend your docking probe if you haven't already. It's not a part of the checklist that is in the concatenated section, but they do it in real life. So extend your docking probe if you haven't. Once you're done extending that, and I accidentally did that before I started the stream because I wasn't paying attention. So if you're wondering why that sort of clicked to gray right away, it's because I did that beforehand. And then just go off and cover the guard. Now you're just going to follow the checklist. Translunar inject switch should be inject. EDS power on. Perform EMS delta V test. So to perform this test, go delta V set. You're just going to slew up to 1,586.8. Delta V test. A bad vector? Well, hold on a second. In NASP or in reentry? Once your EMS delta V test is complete, just go off. And now here, see where it says set delta V setup? Now we're going to start our S4B burn planner. And we're going to click on Moon. We're going to zoom in. So to calculate this most efficiently, your angle of departure should be 17. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to click, plus on SOI angle degree, minus on flight time factor. And you're just going to do that a couple times until you get above 60. So 69.3 nautical miles. Now you're going to insert 2 zeros into these values and then just do the opposite. So here you'll need to click plus once and minus once and plus once, and look at that, 59.9. That is really close. So for our time flight factor, we could just insert another 0 and just give ourselves a minus, insert another 0 and give ourselves a plus, and a minus, and you're basically just going to fine tune this so that your periapsis should be 60 nautical miles. 59.9, that is pretty good. I think we could do just one more better than that. There we go, 60 nautical miles. And that's it. It's pretty simple. So you can write down my values. They're probably going to work really good for you. But 60 nautical miles is where you want to be at. Remember, do not request this unless you are confident. We have 12 minutes to the burn. So do not execute this unless you're confident you can get this set up within 11 minutes, okay? Because you will soft lock if the time passes. Execute. You can have this. Personally, I wouldn't bother filling out the charts right now. I would just bother filling out everything else. So you can open up your chart, certainly, but it takes so long to fill in this stuff. Just don't do it until you're prepared. So here we know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, our sixth value is our DVC. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Delta V set is 10,441.8. $10,441.8. There you go. Go to DV. You can do a GDC align. GDC aligns, last I checked, were broken, so just keep it on 1, 2 and CMC. IMU said GDC, and then if you do the GDC align, it'll just automatically go. However, it does slightly look like it is, yeah, GDC is still glitched. So let's go like that. Let's go at set IMU, and then see. Okay, so that looks good now. That should fix it up for us. And nope, it hasn't. Okay, so just leave the GDC alone. It's broken. Unsurprising. Verb 48, enter. Make sure you've loaded 31102 into the first row. If you haven't, you could do that by doing verb 21, enter, and then just doing plus 31102. And your second row should preferably be plus 01111 as well. Your weight, make sure to load that as 60215, and just give yourself a verb 34 to exit that routine. Ordeal, you can set that to Earth and get your orbit rate display going. Pyro's arm, and ensure that the circuit breakers are closed. Translation control power is on, very good. We're actually going to go rate low here. Direct power on. Bmags to rate 2. If they're not already. I sort of forgot to do that myself when I inserted into orbit. That's fine. Spacecraft control to SCS. Make sure your direct ullage circuit breakers are closed. Cycle cryo fans. So this basically just means turn them on for 1 minute and then turn them off. I don't think the cryo fans are properly simulated. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Okay, and cryo fans off. But just in case they are, we'll do that. And our DET set to 51. So stop, reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down 1. And there we go. Now at this point, you're going to do verb 37, enter. 1, 2, enter. Verb 37, excuse me. We didn't load program 0. Is that the complaint? Yep, okay, so verb 37, enter, 1, 2, enter. Operator error. It's doing it again. Boy. Okay, that's kind of a problem. Oh, you know what? It's not program 12. I'm stupid. It's program 15. There we go. Alright, so our burn time starts at 35:33. Proceed. That's our velocity. Proceed. There's our countdown. You can definitely see we're a little bit behind now. We're behind the clock here. But that's fine. The program will take care of the burn and stuff for us. Just make sure that we've blocked our uplink telemetry. We've got our TVC servo 1 to AC1 main A. EMS function normal. Excuse me, that happens at 58. So we'll sync it now. B1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 2, 1, mark. Okay, so we're at 57 minutes now. We've configured our ordeal for orbit rate, Earth orbit rate. We've configured uplink telemetries to block. At 58:15, the disky should blank. Yeah, we'll turn that back off, actually. Program 12, I don't know if that's an actual program. I would just misread it. It's program 12, not program 15. But this is just the S4B, like, TLI burn monitoring program. It's the same thing as program 47, but with, like, an actual countdown and everything to the burn. So just a nicer user interface, basically. 48. And here we go, we're pitching up to our TLI attitude. $15. Disky blank. TVC servo on. EMS mode normal. S2 SEP light on. Yeah, I was just misreading it. I was rushing. I'm not gonna lie. I was rushing. That's my fault. Completely my fault here. So yeah, now it's just pretty much waiting for ignition. $19, $15, $14, $13, $12, $11, $10, $9, $8, $7, $6, $5, $4, $3, $2, $1, ignition. Okay, so at this point, you are literally just You're just waiting. That's it. You just sit back, relax, let the S4B do its thing. No, I get to the moon in a reasonable amount of time. In re-entry, you should be getting to the moon at about 69 hours. So that's reasonable, like 60, 69 hours, something like that. I never got to the moon early at all. But we'll see. Maybe they changed something. Actually, let me see if Rebels played recently. He has not played recently. Well, that's highly unfortunate. Oh, look at that. New achievements got posted. Historic Mission, Apollo 13, Gemini Titan 3, Mercury Atlas 6, Mercury Redstone 3, and Mercury Redstone 4. It looks like I'm going to have to go back and do all these historic missions to 100% the game again. That's cool. How much time are we into this? We are currently sitting at about 21 minutes into the stream. So if we got time, we will do transposition and docking as well. However, I don't know if I will have the time. But we'll see. We'll see. If not, we'll do it tomorrow, for sure. Yeah, I don't know if Rebel's playing re-entry anymore. It's kind of sad. Kind of sad. He has not played in several months now. But we'll see. You know, my friend Cat, he plays and he watches my videos to learn how to play. So you know what, someone is, you know, one person decided is too much, another person comes in. That's okay. I'm used to it by now, but I just wish someone would, you know, stick around to the moon landing at least. But that's okay. You know, I got that person who's just getting into things now, and actually it's been a while since I talked to him. I should ask him how he's doing. Yeah, I don't know what he plays now. Like, every time I see the dot go blue, I just check and I'm like, ah, it's not re-entry, I'll just leave. Or it's not NASP, or, you know. I subscribe for the space, so. I don't want to unsubscribe in case he starts playing again, but I subscribe for the space. So I'm not going to watch unless there is space content going on, because there's a million other people asking how to play these games. So I've got to tend to my audience. I've got people who need me. And Cat Gaming, if you're in the chat, hello, and thanks for stopping by. But I bet you he's at work right now. Let me ping him. Let me get Discord up here real quick. He doesn't seem to like NASP because of the graphics. Yeah, that's unfortunate. The graphics aren't that bad. As a matter of fact, I think they're better than Reentry. It's just the space capsule that's a little better in Reentry, but it's not. It is genuinely not that much better in Reentry, in my personal opinion, because Reentry has a bit of an anti-aliasing problem. Things are kind of sharp around the edges compared to NASP. NASP things are, maybe they look more simple, but they're not as sharp around the edges. Anyways, I digress. We have cutoff now. So once you get cutoff, what you're going to do is you're just going to key verb to freeze the display. In Reentry, this happens automatically for you. It's very nice, very nice. And then you're just going to, copy that stuff down, hit the old key release, and then TVC servo 1, power goes to off. ECM bitrate should already be low, very good. EMS standby and off. Pyrotechnics will go to safe and go back to inertial attitude. Now you can hit proceed on the old computer. And actually, it looks like they removed the end of function display. So just hit verb 37, enter 00, enter. It looks like they removed the proceed going to program 0 automatically, but that's fine. Just proceed, enter, or verb 37, enter 00, enter. High gain antenna power off, and then you can close the high gain antenna telecom circuit breakers. Here we go. Flight bus and group 2. And that's it. At this point, we do our transposition and docking preparations once we have drifted significantly. Howdy, Kurgert. It's very, very nice of you to join. Let me wake up my friend NCAT. No, actually, he's not. He is in the For All Kerbal Kind Discord. Okay, what are our votes? What are our votes? Are we doing transposition and docking? What's the jury say? Yeah, I don't use it very much, to be honest. And I will never put a community Discord up. It's just, I don't know. I don't like social media, and yeah. I'm just not, like, I don't have the time to moderate a Discord server, and unmoderated Discord servers, they have problems. So I'm not even going to make one for this YouTube. So okay, we get transpose. All right. Everyone's wanting transposition and docking. In that case, time skip out to 3 hours and 15 minutes. Whee! Has anyone ever noticed that the Earth looks a little see-through? Is that just me? Interesting. You know what? This is kind of fast, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Earth should not be that small at the 3 hour mark. So maybe it is fast. Yeah, hopefully my explanation for calculating the burns is good enough. I know it probably wasn't the best explanation, but it was what I could do. I'm just like, just make it 60. You'll figure it out, honestly. If you just know that the periapsis is supposed to be 60, you'll figure it out on your own. Okay, so here we go. Docking probe circuit breakers are closed. Mount the coas. Turn the coas on. Make sure your docking probe is extended if it hasn't been. GDC is broken, so we'll go run EVA and rendezvous. CSM separation prep. So here, yep, docking probes extended. SM RCS talkbacks are all gray. EMS set, delta V, and then you're going to do minus 100. And set that to delta V. Rate scale should be 5-1. Manual attitude 3 to rate command. Attitude deadband minimum, rate low, trans control power on. Normal and direct switches up. Spacecraft controls, CMC mode free. VMAGs on rate 2. Command module RCS circuit breaker is open. TVC servo number 1 up. And stop and reset the event timer to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 59, 10, 20, 30. Fuel cell react valves to latch. And then give yourself the old verb 62. Oh, nice, nice. Someone on Steam linked my video. Oh, can you send me that? That's cool. Let me see. Let me see. I want to see. Who linked my video? Oh, they couldn't understand their attitude and why it was broken. That's so cool. I'm trying to find it now. Oh, like, excuse me. I want to see where this is. Whenever anything gets linked, it's such, like, a awesome experience for me. Is it in their discussions? Problems with attitude in reentry. Oh, someone did! Watch this video. What this video explains should be part of the manual, to be honest. The game is wonderful, and strictly speaking, the manual touches all things, but this part does not get a proper treatment, in my opinion, and the explanation should be clear. This is wonderfully explained in this video, and they did link my video, didn't they? They did! That's so cool. Oh my god. You love to see it. I'm so happy that what I do is not in vain. See you around, Kurgert. Thanks for stopping by. I'm smile from left to right that what I do is not in vain. Like, people are paying attention and they're loving it. So I'm so happy. That's great. So, genuinely, yeah, skip attitudes. So, do you guys want to learn how to compute the docking angles, or do you want to just learn how to manually do transposition and docking? I feel like computing the docking attitude yourself is like, yeah, you can auto maneuver and that might be easier, but I feel like that's just a lot of work for a beginner who is just like, oh, I'll just pitch up and then line up with the docking reticle as sort of like an easier thing for most people. So that's what I, personally, when I played re-entry, when I first started, I just pitched up and I saw the CSM and then I lined up with the CSM's reticle. Or sorry, I saw the LEM and then I lined up with the LEM's reticle. I think this may be what I'm going to teach because that was the more natural feeling for me versus doing the math to compute the docking angles. Yeah, I think we'll do it the old manual style. So we're going to skip auto maneuver then. Circuit breaker, sequential events control system logic 2 closed. Yep. All that's closed. Arms are closed, logic is on, RCS command on. Sequential events control system pyro arm 2 to arm. GDC line is broken, so we'll omit. EMS delta B norm. Yeah, you're right. I could do both. So, yeah, I guess. So to compute your docking attitude, you're going to give yourself a verb 16, noun 20. And all you're going to do is just take row 1 and subtract 130. So for this, we would do 30.61 minus 130, and that gets you minus 99.39. So then you'll do 360 minus 99.39, and that gives you 260.61. So that's the first row. Super easy. And then you're going to do 311 plus 35, or whatever's in row 2. And then you're going to add 180 degrees to that, which is 491.35. You're then going to subtract 360 because of overflow. So that leaves us with 131.35. And then the last one is leave yaw as is. So you'll punch in verb 49 now, and then you'll key in that attitude. So verb 25, it is plus 26061 plus 13135 and plus yaw we left as is. Actually, I should have noted down what yaw was. So let's actually do that. 16. 20. Yaw was 271.01. So 271.01, so 3, enter, plus 27101, and hitting proceed, and that should line up the old indicators for you. So we're good there. And yeah, once you're ready, all you're gonna do is start the event timer. Is the auto maneuver to line up with the lem? Exactly. That's why you need to do the math. So start the event timer. Once you get to 5950, go CMC auto. Also going to want to unguard this switch, the CSM launch vehicle sub switch. So 5950, CMC mode auto. At 5958, you're going to hold H to thrust forward. 1, 2, SEP. And then you're going to hold until 101.5. Now you're just going to come back over here, close these, because you have no talkbacks for them and they could shock open. Fuel cell react valves to normal. And then once you have finished your separation, after 15 or so seconds, you're going to thrust back. Excuse me. You do need to arm your RCS, actually. I forgot to do that. There we go. So now you can see you're drifting away pretty nicely. You can throttle back until you're station keeping, and then you can proceed to begin that auto maneuver. We're going to see where the auto maneuver puts us. I don't have confidence in the math, to be honest, since it's different from NASP. But while you're going ahead and you're auto maneuvering, you can take the high gain antenna to manual, servo power on, and then you're just going to basically sort of slew around the high gain just to see if it works. And then go into react. Leave it in manual until it's done moving. In react, the manual controls are still supposed to work. However, they do not in reentry, so that's fine. And let's see where this is taking us. Actually looks pretty decent. This isn't the real way to do it either. Actually, in fact, the real way is to do manual attitude pitch to Excel command. Then you're going to pitch up at 5 degrees per second, if I remember correctly. 0.5 degrees per second, that is. So you'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so you'll pitch up to here, and then you'll begin your auto maneuver. And after a few seconds, you then click manual attitude pitch back into rate command. That's, yeah, way too much for reentry, to be honest. But that's the procedure. And since we did this on auto, I'll give you guys some tips about how to manually control the spacecraft, since you're going to need to have those tips when you go to dock, obviously. Yeah, high gain antenna is actually modeled. So if you do go manual, you can look. It does move. If we take it, it'll move. So it's modeled. It's just that when it's in react, it's supposed to respond to the manual controls. Yeah, this is why you do that pitch thing, because this sort of situation happens. which just burns through a lot of fuel. But that's fine. We got plenty of fuel. In fact, I don't even think re-entry has a limited amount of fuel. Wasn't. Yeah, in fact, re-entry doesn't even have a limited amount of fuel, so... Oh yeah, it is always maxed out, which could be why the react logic is broken, actually, now that you mention it. But once your auto maneuver is complete, you can just terminate it. Go spacecraft control to SCS, and then Bmags to attitude 1, like so. So what this will allow you to do is it allows you to hold a very precise attitude. When you want to line up, just give yourself a little bit of roll. And you can even go, if you go roll to Excel command, you don't need to hold any keys down there. You can just rotate. Yeah, in real life, the fuel is very, very limited. So once you get this sort of lined up, then you can start going in for the docking. And I did notice that pitch doesn't really behave the way it's supposed to. So if you want to... No. Yeah, certainly is behaving funny. When the auto maneuver is complete, here we'll go CMC hold. It still wants to drive. That is so weird. Just do it on SCS. There's manual attitude issues. Oh, getting a phone call real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. All save states are broken, lol, because for Apollo you never have to change the CO2 cartridge even if you have that setting on. I guess it caused problems with the LEM being somewhere it should... Oh, so you're telling me that I can't even make a save for this right now? I can't make a save right now? So I have to do this all over again for LOI. I have to do it all over again for LEM Power Up. I have to do it all over again for PDI. Ah, hell no. No. Save states better work, or we're not continuing after this, that's for sure. Ain't nobody have time for this. Alright, let's get lined up here. Sorry about the delay. Yeah, BMAG pitch seems to operate extremely funny, so I'm just not gonna mess with that. But yeah, come in for the docking, pretty much. And then once you get lined up, just use very small translations. Just CO2 is broke. Okay, phew! Phew. Thank goodness. I could not. Yeah, I do notice that RCS translations are significantly more sluggish than NASP, so I'm giving her a lot of gas here. But that's okay. Yeah, pretty much SCS, BMAGs, Attitude 1, Rate 2 will keep you perfectly aligned. It's just pitch, which is acting strange, as you can see. But roll still works perfectly. Actually, yaw is also behaving the same way as pitch. Okay, yeah, that's not great. Just hit backspace. How about that? Fine solution. Just hit backspace. That'll stabilize you real quick. Not a problem. Once you get closer, you can back off on the approach. You know, make sure you don't crash. Very important. You're going to want to approach at about roughly 0.5 feet per second. Once the circles are lined up, latching. Super simple. Yeah, the body-mounted attitude gyros aren't behaving the way that they should in pitch and yaw. So just give yourself a couple hits of the backspace with the debug stabilize, and that'll fix it right up. Once you're latched, spacecraft controls, CMC mode free, Bmags rate 2, and just let the oscillations steady out. And you can follow your post-docking checklist. So rate high, attitude deadband max, OF power off, EMS mode standby off, Bmags rate 2, LEM power off, tunnel lights on. After 15 or 20 seconds, the oscillations will be stabilized, so you can hit the retract on the docking probe. So arm the retract and fire the pneumatics. And once you get your graze, the retract will be complete. You need your pyrotechnics armed for this. Yep, once you got your graze, just take the pneumatics off and the docking probe off. Emergency detection system off. Thrust vector control servo off. Safe your pyros. Pull your arm circuit breakers. You can pull the circuit breakers for the emergency detection system. And then pull your circuit breakers for the docking probe. Bit rate low. And that's it. Very simple. You can take your THC power off if you want, but you're gonna need it for extraction, so up to you. Now at this point, you can equalize the pressure, so make sure that your O2 pressure indicator is on the surge tank. Emergency cabin pressure select should go to off. Repress package should go to off. Direct O2 valve closed. And then you're going to want to monitor the LMCM delta pressure or pressure differential. And then just open the equalization valve. And that should start bringing the pressure down here. Might take a few seconds. There you go. Yes, 80% when you're around the moon. That's about where it should be. That's absolutely correct. It should be 100% at launch. Maybe, like, least it should be at launch is maybe like 95. Nah, I would say the least it should be is 98. 80% when you get to the moon is completely fine. In fact, in NASP, you'll frequently have maybe about 60% when you when you finally get to the moon. Oh, hello, that's funny. It stops at 1 instead of 0. That's interesting. Oh well. Yeah, you can tank up your repress package as well. Open a repress O2 and just let it pressurize up, and then you can close it if I can find it. There we go. And then just let it come back down. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you ever find yourself in a situation where you have too much pressure, just give it one of those. And then throw open your repress package. Things happen way, way faster in here than they do in real life, so it's a bit unnatural for me to go through this the speed of progression here. So yeah, once you're all pressurized and everything, you can take your emergency cabin pressure selector to, that's the relief, to both. You can fill your repress package again. And then tunnel vent valve, which is actually, this switch is called a tunnel vent valve. You can take it to off. And then you can start your cabin purge again. So waste stowage vent open. And then you can open the hatch. Inspect your docking latches, whatever you need. Install the power umbilical system test meter. You go to 4 delta. And then CSM power to CSM, or sorry, LM power to CSM, that is. And you should be reading your volts there. So you're supplying good power. And that's it. Once you're done with that, you can extract. Yeah, I would just say skip it. Like, just, it pressurizes so fast in reentry that you don't even need to use the repress package. You don't even need to use anything. Just open it, and when it stabilizes, open the hatch. It's that easy. You don't need to do any of the repress stuff. Like, I tried it, and you see how fucking fast it is. It is not that fast in real life, so I was not prepared for that. Just open the valve, and everything will be fine. The main rigs will take care of it for you. Yeah, if you want to know like what the checklist is getting at, I can well, there was that video we did with NASP when I pressurized the LEM. If you want to find that, it should be in the GNC tutorials. So it's in there. And of course, if you want, I can also send a screenshot of NASP's checklist because it's probably worded a bit better. But basically what it's saying is it's asking you to open this valve, wait until the pressure is reading 3, close it, wait for like a minute or two, see if it's stable. If it keeps dropping or raising, you may have problems. So wait until it stabilizes, make sure that it is remaining stable for 2 minutes, and then open it again. And then it's saying once the cabin pressure gets less than 4.0, you open this, and then you take the pressure up until the cabin pressure reads 5 to 5.7. And that's actually supposed to sound an alarm when that happens, due to the high O2 flow, but it doesn't. And this happens way too fast. And basically you would do that back and forth motion until the LEM is pressurized and the tank pressure here reads 0. But there's way too much oxygen in that tank, and the LEM pressurizes way too fast for that procedure to actually work properly. So just ignore it and just open the valve and you'll be fine. So yeah, once you're done with the pressurization, you take your delta V center of gravity, make sure it's LMCSM, EMS function set, delta V, and then this time you're going to do plus 100, delta V set, and then to delta V. Now you're going to load the DAP configuration. So give yourself a verb 48, enter, and then you want 21101, verb 24, plus 21101, enter, and then plus 01111. Proceed, proceed, proceed. Give yourself a verb 60, enter, and then verb 63, enter. And then GDC align is broken, so omit. Event timer, stop, and reset. You're going to close your ARM circuit breakers, arm your pyros, TVC servo 1 on, and then EMS mode normal. And then you're just going to do the S4B LM SEP switch here. And you're going to basically flip the switch, start the timer, and then you can close that switch guard after you're done. And then give yourself minus X, or the N key, for 1, 2, 3. There you go, 99.5. That's exactly what you want. And you should be extracting the lunar module. I guess you may speed it up a bit to 99 is probably fine. And then you're going to save your pyros, save your logic. Indicators a ground or gimbal position indicator. TVC servo off. And then EMS mode, standby and off. Tape recorder to off. Sorry, tape recorder record to off. And then PCM bitrate stays low. And that's it. That's it. And there she goes. No need for evasive maneuvers or anything like that. The S4B will just disappear on its own. Any questions? I'm actually going to turn those obnoxious lights off as well, and our tunnel lights off. Any questions? Awesome, awesome. I hope that helped out. Awesome. Yeah, I hope a visualization of the procedures maybe helped a little bit. And yeah, next time Rebel streams, you can tell him like, hey, the TLI tutorials got posted and everything. The sim is good for learning the basics, like using the computer and the pads, etc. Yes, it is. It is. There's just a few broken stuff. Burns also. Yeah, the burn procedures are alright. I have some gripes with the computer and the burn procedures, though, because I got soft locked one time in my Apollo 13 mission. But that's it for us. I think that's everything I wanted to cover. So we're going to say post TDE. And I'm actually going to put that this is for the stream. Save. End. And that's what it was. There you go. So yeah, hope that helped out. Hope you found that enjoyable. I think I'm gonna stop here then. Ready for LOI? Oh, you'll probably manage LOI. We'll see. Let me know if you need help. I mean, I have to do the tutorial anyways. Fingers crossed those save states work. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for flying. Yeah, after all these tutorials are done, maybe we do something a little different. Maybe we'll do something a little different. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I saw your post-orbit insertion video was looking pretty good. I don't think there's anything I could critique. Admittedly, I did not sit through all of your cold and dark, because, boy, that would be boring. But I skimmed it, and it looked like everything was looking good. Kind of hard to mess that up with the checklist, though. Post-insertion procedures look pretty alright. I hope my video helped with that. And yeah, we're just straight up drifting along to lunar orbit insertion, so that's what it's going to be. And I'll probably do that in my own time. I'm done. It's been an hour and 25 minutes. We're good. Yep. See you next time.